We have more collar gates. Let's go. More streamers are finding. More streamers are defending Hasan and instantly finding out after. Interesting. But here, we'll jump in. See, we got Pokimane. I don't know if Lila Pichu had said anything. Valkyrie, at least, did not defend Hasan, but she's probably on the same side. It's gonna be really interesting. Anissa defended him, right? iDubbbz defended him. We'll just jump in. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate your support. We will go into the pain.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. We've got another round of updates in this Hasan stuff. And you know, I go to sleep at night thinking like, okay, finally, maybe this is over. Like, it's not going to keep getting worse, right? And then I wake up the next day and I check out the news. And in fact, it is still getting worse. We've got Techie here saying another Hasan leak. Quote, I don't care if they bite Kaya. It's hilarious when she's afraid. What the frick, bro? I instantly couldn't believe what I just read and said out.
What the heck? Well, there's more and more coming out. Surprise, surprise. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised realistically.
Loud. Like, what is wrong with this dude?
Kaya is really funny when she's scared. Being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. No, I want her to bite her. What do you mean?
So yeah, as you can see here, there is a chatter saying highlighted.
The fuck? You mean you want her to get bitten? Save the dog. Donald Trump, break in, get that dog out of here.
Are you not scared of her actually biting Kaya? You're probably right. I'm not being scared, but it gives me anxiety. Maybe it's me. To which, as you just heard, Hasan responds by saying that he wants Kaya to get bit. And before that, talking about how he finds it funny when Kaya's scared. And Hasan didn't stop there either. He went on for like another minute talking about how hilarious it is to watch his dog get bit, that he just loves watching this.
Planet. Oh, Fiona, stay in there. She needs to learn. See? See? She wants out.
And there's a few seconds of dead air here, so yeah, just filling in the audio.
See?
The wind, children.
Did you see that? I want you guys to see what happens when she actually gets scared. It's so fucking funny.
Now, to be fair, on one hand,
that's so weird.
There's nothing wrong with having two puppies and trying to get them used to each other and getting used to being around dogs, right?
But that's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. He gets enjoyment out of that, which is so weird. Why do you? Huh?
Completely normal. But here's where it gets a bit more complicated, to put it nicely, because Hasan is actually not sitting there trying to get the dogs to get a.
This is more so morbid enjoyment. That's so morbid and weird.
Along, right? He is actually doing the opposite. He says he likes it when Fiona is biting Kaya and he finds it funny. So this is significantly different from, again, trying to get two dogs used to each other, trying to get the dogs to bond together. He's actually advocating for the opposite of that. And then we've got another glowing take here from a Hasan defender. Spill.gg wrote, Hollow Knight speedrunner Blue SR calls Hasan shock allegations, quote, right-wing misinformation, unquote. Oh, wow, that's original. So yeah, according to this guy's bio, I guess he's a Hollow Knight and Silksong speedrunner and YouTube.
He, him, opinion discarded. 19, opinion discarded.
YouTuber.
He famously shocks his dog. Me when I believe every little bit of right-wing misinformation on the internet. Me when I get all of my information from Asmongold and company. Anyway, let's move on.
Then one day ago, we can see that someone actually commented on one of his videos saying, there is clear-cut proof of Hasan shocking his dog, by the way. Another user saying that they got banned for saying that in his chat. And furthermore, that Twitch actually proceeded to tag that user as a bot and then permanently banned his account because of it. Well, Blue actually...
Very, very interesting. That's a pretty clear statement from Twitch, right? Technically? Being like, oh yeah, animal abuse. You pointed it out? But Hasan is our top man. Our guy. He's him. Banned.
saw that comment chain and issued a response there. Blue SR saying, I should have I should not have commented or made an assumption about a situation I know very little about. I do not actively follow any of the creators relevant to the issue. Apologies, I'll be more careful next time. If it's true as you
Shut the fuck up. The R stands the blue stupid retard. That is to save your ass. Nothing more. That is just to save your ass from criticism. Not happening. Not happen. And I don't believe that you don't follow any of these creators because you know who Hasan is. And you thought it was right-wing misinformation. Shut up. No.
say. That is very reprehensible, as animal abuse is really bad. Additionally, I really don't want to be involved in streamer drama. Obviously, calling the clear-cut animal abuse just right-wing misinformation is an extremely unwise thing to say and isn't doing Kaya any favors. It's also kind of funny that he says he doesn't want to be involved in streamer drama, but he specifically went out of his way to mention Asmongold in a negative light when the context was
true. I don't know any of these streamers. Mentions Asmongold, mentions Hasan. You know who these people are. I don't know on whose side you are. Shut up.
Hasan hurting his dog, and it had nothing to do with Asmon. And then would you look at that, 55 minutes ago, Blue actually issued another response, a pinned comment he made that says, "Hey everyone, I realize I messed up a bit in this VOD and seemingly got myself involved in some streamer drama. I made a comment on a situation I had barely seen glimpses on and made an assumption that it wasn't true, which was a mistake on my part. I should not have commented on it at all, and that was really stupid and irresponsible. I do not follow
any of the creators involved in this actively. Interesting. Yet you know that it was supposed to be right-wing misinformation. Again, I do not believe you. I don't believe you. I believe you are a liar.
Follow any of the creators involved in this actively, and so I should not have commented at all. Oh well, you live and you learn. Obviously, all and any animal abuse is deeply reprehensible and should be condemned strongly." The only response at the moment here saying you can't just end this statement with "moving on" when animal abuse is happening. Come on, man. Well, at least he's kind of owning up to what he said, which is certainly better than the likes of Sasha Grey, Vanilla Mason, Caroline Kwan, etc., etc. You know, that whole LA streamer crew who are like all in, all chips on the table, defending Hasan. At the same time, though, doing better than those people is an extremely low bar. A few more here. Let's take a look at this. That's fine. At least now you're looking at it with a more objective view. Another one just posting freaking, oh my gosh, dude. That's messed up, bro.
Yo. Is that the doggo?
Oh, but like, yeah, you can see it's like angry electric dog. So it's like Hasan electrocuting the dog in emoji form. And the final comment here saying, "I don't watch Hasan, guys. I just verbatim copied his talking points for his defense. And I don't want to be a part of streamer drama, guys. Haha, I just wanted to voice my uninformed opinion on it and not receive any consequences, teehee." And then we've got this. Cutie Cinderella regrets telling the truth about the caller. Now, really quick, there's been a 15-second or so clip going around of Cutie defending Hasan and accidentally exposing him about the tape on the caller. And I played that clip and talked about it the other day. However, I got some very informative comments on my channel telling me that her full take is actually much worse, and that I could find that full take on Silky's channel. So I appreciate the info, and now I have the full take, which I'll play here. A few key
Oh, bro. Oh, this cannot be good. Is this literally like... Oh, no. Oh, no.
things to watch out for. 1, she holds a sign that she wrote that says, "Anyone clipping this is a PDF file," which is obviously a beyond dumb and ridiculous thing to say, and it's astonishing how people continue.
Okay. Dog gets abused. Cutie Cinderella makes a response to this, defending Hasan. So, talking about dog abuse equals being a PDF. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know how the schizo made this connection, but here we are. What's next? What's next? What's next? Come on.
To water that down. And 2, she actually does say
The dog of consent?
that the caller has both a vibrate and a shock function. She goes on to try to defend Hasan by saying that the prongs were removed, though, as if that means he always had them removed and never shocked Kaya despite having a remote and collar that clearly can shock her. So yeah, of course it doesn't work like that. I'll play like 3 to 4 minutes of this VOD now, so you can see how bad this is for yourself. And she does actually keep going, but by that point, you know, after 3 to 4 minutes of this, I heard enough. So yeah, thanks for understanding.
Even watch YouTube. He's an African.
Is that how you spell pedophile?
What?
Okay. So, what I have to say about the shock collar.
That's not how you spell pedophile. You know,
I don't know how to spell pedophile.
it's fine.
It's my first
How you
thing.
feel about the Hasan?
How do you not know how the education system has failed her deeply?
Hasan shot caller situation.
Here's the deal. I have been to Hasan's house every day for the past every week for the past 2 years, okay? I have never seen the dog get shocked. That's my take. Whoa. I've never.
That literally proves nothing. That proves nothing. That literally proves absolutely not a thing. Because you're a friend, and friends defend their friends. They would even lie. I would do that. You would do that. Everyone would do that. Which is why in the drama or when something bad happens, you can't take the information from friends objectively without any proof. That is not verifiable proof. That is words. I need verifiable proof.
Seen the
But
dog
what about the
get
clip,
shocked.
though? What about the clip,
The
though?
clip is insane.
Okay.
Like, the clip looks awful. He has a vibrating
The clips are now awful, miss.
collar, and it looks like I've seen it because guys, I'm a psychopath. I love dogs. Okay, you've seen me baby my dog. No, it's just so annoying because people have made it so much better. You're probably right. You clip this, you're a pedophile. Anyway, so what I had to say, I went to his house. I looked at the collar.
What about people that watch this clip? I guess we're all now.
The collar is taped off. Where I
Also,
think
another criticism I can give, watering down the word pedophilia. Once again, that word means nothing. That word legitimately means nothing anymore.
there would be prongs.
Yes.
There's no zap. There's only a vibrate function.
Yeah.
So I would agree to that. If I didn't have like my own collar and I put it over like my hoodie and shock myself on level 10 and it almost took off my neck. I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's no shock. Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Like it's only a vibrates. Like
That literally see the line of argument doesn't make sense. Let's say you remove them. Why didn't he just get a collar with a vibration only a vibration function? There's collars out there that only have a vibration function. Why do you buy a collar with a vibration and shock function and you remove the shocking option essentially? Why not get a vibration collar in the first place? You see how fucking dumb this is? You see how stupid this argument is? Even the chat agrees in many parts.
there's a setting for vibrate and there's a setting for
True,
shock.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
So there's only since the prongs are in it only vibrates.
So what you're saying is,
But that whimper couldn't have been due to a vibrate. I don't think there's any way.
Well,
Alrighty, I'm gonna skip ahead like the next minute. As you can see,
Even like the people there use their brain, right? That's something like the guy here. Absolutely.
though, she clearly says that the collar is not just a vibration collar, that it is a shock collar, but it's okay because the prongs were removed. And as I already mentioned earlier, that doesn't refute anything in the past that may have happened to this dog with the shock collar potential.
He could have removed them afterwards. That for once. And it also doesn't make sense that you would buy a collar with a shock function if you don't need the shock function. Like, why would you remove the prongs? Then just get a collar with just the vibration function. You see how this does not make sense. This does not add up. The math isn't mathing. The schizoing isn't schizoing here.
Actually being used. But then she goes on to say something really crazy as well, which is she says it's almost as if people want the dog to be shocked. Yeah, because showing concern and compassion for this dog is the same thing as wanting it to be shocked. Like, to be shocked, I don't even understand this logic. I'm like messing up my own words trying to understand this as I talk about it. So I'm just gonna play the clip. Here you go.
I'm just like, you know, I don't want to be in the clips. I understand it makes people very angry. It feels like at this point people would like the dog to have been shocked. I like because they're so exactly.
Like so, like into it, like
Not what like the dog has been shocked.
Huh?
like they're so into that clip. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I genuinely, and I say this, like, I think the clip looks insane. I promise I went and I'm a psycho and I looked at the collar. It doesn't have electric prongs on it. And then he has the thing with the vibrate. And that's all I know.
Yeah, the remote with the vibrate function that definitely can't shock, and somehow also controls his remote controlled gait or whatever. Like, bro, this damage control has been such a joke from these people. Yeah, speaking of which, by the way, guys, that clip I just showed you, that's actually all fake. It's all AI. It's the right-wing misinformation, the right-wing AI-generated Cutie Cinderella saying all that. It's just fake. It's the far right. And
there's a new AI that dropped. It's called Right AI. It creates AI videos and pictures for right-wing information. Right AI.
Somehow Asmongold's also responsible for this. You know, he's just a big hater of Hasan. He's too mean to Hasan, guys. It's not. I can't.
Right? Nazi GPT. A new model dropped. What a horrible defense. What a horrible defense.
I can't. All right, let's move on to the next clip. Obviously, I'm doing a bit. I'm joking. But yeah, that context takes us back over here. Cutie regrets telling the truth about the collar, and she's mad about getting clipped. I guess she really thought holding up a sign that accuses any clipper of being a PDF file was really gonna, like, stop people from clipping her or something. I don't even know. Let's take a look at this.
Wait, Lover, you said you want to do a stream with me too? I'm down.
Not after that clip you farmed on me, you asshole.
What? I didn't even form a clip. What clip? What clip?
Bro, you're farming clips on my girl, man.
I didn't even form a clip on her,
I ain't
man.
gonna lie, I did.
I told her how to get sturdy. What'd you do?
Jason, I want you to know I got home and I said to Lud, I said, Jason wasn't there to save me.
It's Ron and Lacey.
Wait, was it about
Lacey, you brought it up, silky little bitch.
It wasn't even me, it was Ray that brought it up.
Hold on.
I did
All
hear
I said
Rage.
was like, how do we all feel about the situation?
He brought it up.
Okay, so there you go. I trimmed the clip down a little bit because they kept talking over each other, but clearly you can hear Cutie on call saying she's
She's a little mad. She's a little mad. Aw, sad. Fuck off. Also, what a great friend you are for insulting a friend or somebody, you know. Wow, that makes you look so much better now.
being clip farmed, etc., etc. And it sounds like Ludwig is in the background or something, and he's saying stuff like, "You're farming clips on my girl." Like, bro, no one is farming clips. She's a grown woman who decided to comment on this on her own.
Remember that Ludwig has a shot collar as well, and Hasan presses it. Same with Dan Clancy.
Accord, just like she decided to hold up that weird sign for whatever reason. Like, imagine doing all that and then trying to blame other people. It's just astonishing. And then we've got one more update on
I just realized she's Ludwig's girlfriend. That does not surprise me, actually.
Valkyrie. This is going back a little bit, though, so I don't know if update's the right word, but let's just say like a resurfaced clip of Valkyrie that shows a contradiction in what she said about Asmongold the other day. So this post is titled, "Valkyrie admits she doesn't agree with things Asmon says," day before apologizing when she claimed to not know the things that Asmongold has said.
Ray, the hate you're getting right now is crazy after reaching to Asmon. Guys, listen, I don't agree with many things that he says, but I was looking for an LSF Reddit expert. I asked two people. I asked Nick and Asmon, and they both said to not respond to the thread because I didn't know if it was a good idea or not. Like, I don't know, man. I just wanted advice because I didn't know what to do. I'm just gonna get hate no matter what I do, bro. I don't know.
Grown woman can't condemn animal abuse and can't even make her own.
Can't condemn animal abuse, can't even form her own opinion, and is audience captured, and lies. What are we doing? What are we doing? I love seeing it because, you know, what are we doing? This has been a shit show. At least it like also I've realized that when these people make statements, they don't think anything through. Like it just like it they have to say it. They have to say it. They cannot form an opinion. They cannot form a coherent and what's the word? Logical statement that will not get them into trouble. They get a question in chat and they immediately must respond with absolute nonsense. It is so simple to not say stuff that is incriminating. They still do it.
Decisions, apparently. Wonderful. Oh, but you know what she will do? She will tell you what your political belief should be. And then we've got this, which I believe is the last thing we'll take a look at in this video, unless I find something else. But at the moment, this is going to be the last thing. And so Yi over here posts, Hutch reacts to Taylor Lorenz defending Hasan in her latest video. Here she claims the collar prongs would be basically impossible to solder down. And I guess he says, what she just said is so embarrassingly not true. This is embarrassing. She's a journalist, bro. And so, yeah, we've got like a 1.5 minute clip here, give or take some change. And yeah, for anyone who doesn't know who Taylor Lorenz is, she's a complete corpo journalist. So this is just perfect.
Then, okay, well, who cares?
This is the exact sort of person in the media you would expect to be running defense for Hasan. Now, to be quite frank, one more thing I'll mention really quick. It would be better for me and probably for you guys if I actually like watched her video and commented on it myself and, you know, went through her claims piece by piece. But I'm already getting a headache going over the stuff we already have, man. I don't want to be sitting here for too much longer going over this nonsense. I can't believe these people. I mean, I can, but, you know, figure of speech. So I'm going to settle with watching this clip from Hutch and leave it there. If I was a streamer, I would probably just do a stream going over that video of hers. But alas, I'm not. And yeah, I'm ready to like go outside and get some fresh air after all this.
Bro said straight up, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm going to go touch grass.
So thank you guys so much for understanding. I hope you've been enjoying the video though. Let's take a look at this clip.
House stream, bad actors attempted to leverage the fact that he put a small piece of tape on the back to conceal his phone number, which is like written in Sharpie on the back of the little
I don't even know where she came up with that. Like, what are you talking? When did he say that?
Vibration box.
He did not. That's the point. These people just make shit up. These people just make shit up.
As evidence that he somehow secretly modified and soldered down shock collar prongs, something that would basically be like impossible to do, like impossible.
This what she just said is just so embarrassingly not true. Like, this is so embarrassing. She's a journalist. She's a fucking journalist, bro.
Pause.
My friend, you cannot take journalists serious. You cannot take journalists serious. Journalists nowadays are the bottom of the bottom, almost. In every regard. Video games, this, anything. They're the bottom of the bottom.
Here to say that I've met Kaya IRL. I have never seen her in a shock collar. I've spoken to people who've walked Kaya, babysit Kaya, probably spent hundreds of hours with this dog. And according to everyone I spoke to, in 0 instances has she ever been abused.
Anecdotal evidence is useless. IRL story doesn't work. If you can't prove it, you can't trust words. Sorry.
Not a single guest on Piker's Twitch stream in the years and years and years that he's had Kaya.
Again, just copy paste the same rhetoric and imagine she was talking about like Hasan's spouse. And you'll understand just how deranged this sounds. You know, you would never say that because it's like, well, you can't know, you know, just because you've met Kaya a few times or something like you can't know. You can't even claim to know. Like, your input means literally nothing. If you're trying to make the case that, like, oh, well, you know, I watched him, you know, like, for a weekend, and he wasn't wearing a collar.
I've seen the dog. What if he hides the collar when you're around? What then? Again, I believe he didn't expect her to yelp. She did, which makes obviously sense then that his reaction would be surprise. He looked surprised in the or well, at least like yeah, he did seem surprised when she yelped. That at least that would make sense for me. He did not expect her to yelp, and he's probably done this multiple times on stream until it failed this time.
Or a collar, so you know, case closed. Like that means nothing. That's just completely valueless commentary. All right.
That was only 30 seconds of her actual video when you subtract the commentary from Hutch, and I can't believe how many terrible points she fit in that quickly. Imagine the full damage control video. So she refers to people condemning animal abuse as bad actors. Isn't that something? And it's hilarious how all the pics that she included of Kaya and Hasan to try and appeal to viewers' emotions actually just makes Kaya look like she's begging for someone to please her.
Yeah, now she looks like, save me! It doesn't matter. It could have also been Asmongold doing this if he had a dog. I don't care. The only thing people should care about is the dog. And if Hasan abuses his dog, that dog needs to be brought in safety. That is very simple.
Rescue her. And the only pic where Kaya didn't look like that was the pic when she was still a puppy. In other words, when she still hadn't experienced what it's really like living with Hasan. On that note, Hutch made a great point. Just because he might be treating her better around people when they're over doesn't verify at all what's going on behind closed doors, and yet she'll still try and invalidate that to run defense for dude. Then there's the claim that she made about the number on the collar, which, yeah, where did she even get that from? It's like she pulled that one out of a hat or something. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the entire video she...
I know you don't swear, but I do. She pulled that out of her ass. She pulled that out of her ass. That was never said anywhere. She pulled that straight out of her ass.
Never addresses the other problems with how Hasan forces her to sit there for hours and hours upon end, not so much as allowing her to stretch or get water when she wants it. You know, all the same sort of cherry-picking issues that we've talked about from everyone who's running defense for Hasan. Anyways, I'll leave it there, guys, but as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage, and consider letting us know what you think about all this in the comments. I'll see you there, and in the next one. Have a great day.
Alrighty, guys. So here is what we have, right? We have a lot of these people running defense for Piker, and I'm very interested in where this is gonna go. It literally, like, the arguments that these people have brought literally don't make any sense, especially the last one. How the fuck do you get to the conclusion that it was the number on the back of the collar that you can't remove the prongs, that you've met the dog IRL, which says nothing because, well, who says you're not lying? That's the first thing. Who says you're not lying? Second of all, he could just treat the dog better when you're around. And then Cutie Cinderella. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know what to say about her. She misuses the P word, right? She says something incriminating, right? But the prongs were removed, which is like weird, because why wouldn't you just straight up get a regular shock collar? Not shock collar, a regular vibration collar, so that doesn't make sense. And Valkyrie has no spine. That's really it. That's all we have. That is literally all we have. Anyways, if you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.